Hey Fitheads, today we have on Average Joe's Gym and Eat It Pal. They're two fitness streamers that do powerlifting on Twitch, and they're also low-key not sponsored by pre-workout, but kind of sponsored by pre-workout.
Yeah, it was awesome. There's more pre-workout talk than I've had in a long time. We also
Which is saying a lot because we talk about it all the time.
Yeah, pre-workout is awesome. If you're addicted to pre-workout after this podcast, I think you know who to blame. I mean, thank. I know you think you know who to thank.
We talk about other stuff too, I swear. It is a valuable episode and super interesting.
Welcome to Total Fitheads.
Serious fitness for not so serious people. Welcome, bros. How you doing?
Oh, doing pretty good. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so
doing
glad
great.
to have you.
Doing great.
So Eat It Pal, do we want to just go by that or?
Eat It Pal or Anthony, either or, totally fine.
Okay, I love it. Yeah, so we haven't met before. Me and Average Joe's, the whole team, were hanging out at TwitchCon last year.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Those
R.I.P.
times.
I don't know. Is there ever going to be another one?
Probably not. That was it. That was the last one.
Twitch replaced TwitchCon. You don't have to go do anything in person now. You can just watch it all online.
It's all virtual now.
Did they call it like GlitchCon?
Really?
Or is that something different?
I don't know.
I think that may have been something different.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't go to it, so. But I like where your mind's at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now that everything's online, it's funny because you guys were streaming before streaming fitness was cool.
Yeah, it was. We were in like no man's land, right? Like in the just chatting category. That was way back
Which is
when.
such a great name. It reminds me of like those AOL chat rooms are like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually remember starting streaming when it was IRL still. And actually one time, Ali, you rated me. It was a long time ago. Yeah, I don't think I saw you on after that. It may have been like one of your last few streams that you did on Twitch.
No, I did it consistently for a year. I use air quotes there because you guys stream a ton, way more than I did. I was maybe like 3 times a week. But yeah, it's been a minute. I always get jealous when we talk to streamers. I'm like, man, wish maybe that I was back into that. I know, right? Convince me. How's the community?
It's
Actually, yeah, it's really good right now.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good right now.
It is the people, it's insane the like group of people you start to pull together. Like as you become more and more consistent, just people know you're going to be there. And then they all it's insane that they just keep showing up every week. You know, I feel like I'm telling the same stories over and over, but apparently there's always a good twist to it. Yeah.
You're like the fitness dad. Just,
Right.
tell us again, Pa.
Yeah, tell us the story of the time you deadlifted 400 pounds.
Yeah, so well, tell us about how you did get started. Like, what was Average Joe's an actual gym? Were you guys like open to the public or?
So we were like open to all of our friends, right? And like people who knew our friends. So this is a house. I live with 4 or 5 other guys at a given time, depends. And whenever their friends would come over or my friends would come over, they'd tell us like, hey, the Average Joe's here. They got like a pretty nice gym set up. You can just go work out there for free. So I would get home, from my job at like 7 o'clock at night. And I would come home and there'd just always be random people using my gym equipment. And people just liked being here. They're like hanging out. They liked the energy of the place. And one of my buddies at the time, my buddy Robles, he's like, hey, Twitch, like streaming and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I know Twitch. I used to like game on there and stuff. He's like, you should start streaming like workouts with everybody, like live on Twitch. And we're like, oh man, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if people want to watch us work out. It's stupid. I'm stupid. And, they kept like pushing it. And I was like, you know what? Let's start streaming on Twitch and we'll do it just to get free supplements. That's it. Right. Cause we need like supplements for pro. And within like the first month of streaming, we got our first supplement company to send us stuff. So we're like, all right, I'm addicted. Wow. Let's go. And we just hit the ground running. So that's basically
awesome.
it.
I gotta talk to this Robles guy, have him predict my business future, man. If he's saying get Twitch on fitness way before anyone even thought. That's awesome.
He's actually insane. Like he predicts a lot of things. He's like my go-to guy. I'm like, hey, Robes, Roby Dobies, is this a good investment? He's like, this is awesome. I'm like, dope, 100%. And we go into it. He's my guy.
Your guru.
It's cool. I never actually got to hear that story from you, Joe. I didn't know that's how you guys started doing the Average Joes. So at one time it was like a ton of people there.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
Well, we had to delete all of our VODs because of DMCA.
Yeah.
But if you would have gone all the way back and saw like the first 2 or 3 months, there was always a different group of people here. It was like me and then 5 or 6 random people like in a tiny, 1-car, 2-car garage, whatever it is.
Right.
It was wild. It was crazy times. I was like sweaty always. It was like misty in the air. It was like you're in a sauna. It was gross.
Too much meat inside
Yeah.
one area.
Human meat.
Yeah, human meat.
Oh, that's nuts. So, what about you, Anthony? How'd you get started?
Yeah, it was a bit different for me. I just I started just collecting gym equipment. I in high school I was incredibly overweight. I was 348 pounds at my peak at 16 years old. And in high school I lost a lot of weight, lost over 100 pounds my junior year. Just went on a caloric deficit diet. And I kind of rode that out for a couple, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 years before I finally started working out. And some guy at my work was selling a bench and I bought it. I put it in my apartment and started working out with a bench and the weights. And then next thing you know, I just started stacking more and more things off, buying things on Craigslist at pretty good deals. And that's kind of how the gym was made. And then I figured, I was working out by myself, not talking to anybody. And I figured, why not put a camera on me, see if anybody wants to come and chat and shoot the shit with me. And sure enough, over the course of an entire year, people finally started to, hang out. I don't know if I changed something or people started to find me. That seems to be like the hardest part about Twitch is just getting discovered. I guess that's with anything though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, except TikTok. You just put your dog on there and then go viral.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I hear they have one of the better algorithms for making less known people.
Well, the discovery page does Twitch need like some sort of like scroll through discovery? They have their front page, right?
Yeah, they need to give more opportunities, like not to get like Twitch political, but they definitely need to give more opportunities to smaller streamers. At least with the fitness community, they seem to be more on board with giving smaller streamers like front page opportunities and giving them shout outs and really trying to push that side of the platform, which is great.
Kind of seems like it's by default though, because most fitness streamers are small. I mean, if they want to have fitness, they have to have us. But
I mean, it's cool that they do want to have fitness though. It seemed like when I first started, I mean, the reason I did is because it seemed like they were trying to diversify. They were appreciating IRL and they wanted things other than gaming. And I was like, cool, I'm in at the ground floor. And then a year later I quit.
Yeah.
I should have stuck with it. Just come back.
I know. I mean, there's still time. I did 2 streams the past couple of weeks. I did one on Thanksgiving, a couple of like CrossFit things. I don't know. We'll see. You guys are like so dedicated. So how long are you streaming? How often? I saw some like 4 to 5 hour streams.
Yeah. Well, for me, I stream 5 or 6 days a week, just depending on what program I'm running at that given time.
That's almost all the days.
Yeah, it's like all the days. But I work out all the days too,
Okay, yeah.
So if I'm going to work out, I'm just going to press go live. And it's really as simple as that for me. And mine are typically only 2 to 3. They've been going longer though. They've been going 3 hours. That's one of the problems with streaming is you get caught up in chat and next thing you know, you're resting for 20 minutes in between sets. It's a huge thing.
I know. I had to start setting an interval timer to like go back to working out.
Yes.
And we had to set up like a whole timer to punish ourselves. So if we went over like our rest time, if we were going to like 20, 30 minutes, like chat would be like, hey, like go work out. Like if you don't do this, you're going to have to, do 20 push-ups. Like, I hate push-ups. Okay, I'll start moving.
Don't lie on my stream or don't lie on my podcast. You love push-ups.
Okay, squats. I hate squats.
Squats.
Yeah.
So do you have like a set schedule for Average shows or is it just whenever you guys are working out? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we don't stream on Wednesdays and Saturdays, but every other day of the week, it's 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to about midnight, give or take. Sometimes a little bit earlier. Sometimes if we get raids or if we're talking about something important or the workout's hard, we'll go into 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. But
Are
for
you
the
working
most
out
part,
that late?
sometimes like we also have to be because where we live, I share like a wall with our neighbors here. So I try to be considerate. I'm not like deadlifting at like 11 o'clock at night so that I'm not just slamming weight. Because apparently, like we've gotten some complaints from them. They're like, "Hey, so what are you guys doing at 10 o'clock at night?" It's
Are
like,
you guys bowling over there or what?
yeah. They're like, "Are you guys like moving like heavy machinery or like what?"
And
are
you're
guys
like, you know what?
doing?"
I'll send you a link. I'll just send you.
I don't know if they actually know I stream. Maybe it's better that way because sometimes we talk smack about them, and then there's a restaurant that we live next to. I hate this place. This place sucks. But we'll get complaints. They're like, "Why are you guys dropping like 600-pound weights like at 11 o'clock at night?" It's like, well, I can't let it down slowly. Like it's heavy.
Man, I feel bad about working out that late, but I do too. I don't know. All my devices are like, it's bedtime. Can you stop getting your heart rate up? Whatever. I don't know. Have you seen that like affect your sleep, or is it like you're just used to it?
No, actually, it's kind of the opposite. If I don't work out, I have a harder time falling asleep.
I just drank all this pre for no reason.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I have all this energy. What should I do? Maybe pre-workout was a bad idea.
Wednesdays, Saturdays, you don't stream, but do you still drink pre-workout?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes. It depends what I'm doing. Like, so right now, like
if I'm walking, or or if I stand up, or
did I eat a sandwich that day?
Yeah, you got to superset it with your cereal. It just depends. Like right now, we've been working. I've been sending out a lot of emails, and it's funny, right? Because I like to stream, but I hate being at the computer. Like being like on social media on the computer, I'm like, people, and I have to like talk to them. But like I've been having to type out a lot of emails, and pre-workout gets me through the emails, so I'm able to type and talk to people.
That's
yeah,
fair.
pre-workout. It's like, what's that scene with Jim Carrey where he's God and then he has to like type of like a million miles? That's exactly how I feel when I type email when I'm on pre.
Yeah, I'm more of a energy drink kind of guy. Monsters, Ultra Blues. They're just they taste too damn good.
They're incredible.
But I limit
so
myself
sweet.
to just weekends. That's one of the things I do. I only drink energy drinks on the weekends.
Oh, really?
And, yeah.
The self-control.
Yeah, right. Right.
Boo.
Well, wait, now you have a whole week to like get sensitive to caffeine again. You probably feel stupid goofy every time you drink one.
That's part of the reason why I did is because I was drinking energy drinks every day, and then it was like they weren't even working anymore. You'd have them and you would be able to go right to bed afterwards.
What about the tingle? Energy drinks, you're missing the tingle.
The beta alanine. You need
we go.
Yeah.
The head scratchies. For sure, man. My
scratches.
eyebrows, beta alanine makes my eyebrows itch like crazy.
Yeah. I mean, when it first happened, I was like, I'm going to die. This was in Max's house when he pulled some pre off the top of his fridge. I remember him being like this, acting like it was some insane crap. And I was like, oh, whatever. Oh, but except it is.
It's one of those things where I feel bad, but I don't really feel that bad about sort of, I guess that I feel like a drug dealer, I guess. I'm like hooking people in like, oh, really? You've never tried pre-workout? We'll do like a half scoop, like a baby little pinch, see if you like it. And to a man, or to a woman, whatever, every single person that I've drugged is like, what is this? My eyeballs are on fire. Can I have some more, please? It's incredible.
I would have loved to have gotten to try some of that like red line stuff I hear people talk about. I'll hear Rogan talk about a lot on his podcast where it was he said the first time he took it, I don't remember his exact story with it, but he said it was just insane how just hyper he was from taking it.
Like certain ones that are old that like I talked a lot about. Do you guys remember Jack 3D, the original?
Yeah, see, you guys do these things, and I've never had them.
Oh, it's so good! It's so good.
Far and away the best one I've ever had, and then they discontinued it, and I bought like 60 jars of it or whatever. And but they changed the formula. I feel like when it's like people talk about old Coca-Cola or I don't know, just like weird stuff like that. But Yeah, we used to take a lot of Jacked. I can't believe you know what Jacked is.
Oh, Jacked is so good. It's so Jack 3D, the original formula, right, with like the 1.3 dimethylene.
What?
Is okay. No, it was
I'm
so
guessing,
good. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. But it was so good. It literally put 100 pounds on my bench in a month. Like it was,
You
it was
blame
so
the pre.
good. No, it was the pre. Yeah, they're like, I went up from, I wasn't strong. I was like bodybuilder, you know, like I was more interested about six pack and, you know, looking lean, vascularity, right? But I went from a 200-pound bench to a 300-pound bench in about a month and a half. Yeah. And it just
That
out
was
of nowhere
insane.
from taking it. It's amazing. I wish they would
was
bring it back.
absolutely amazing. We used to get, we used to just, I went into GNC looking for some pros I've told the story before, and they just the guy was like, you should try some of this. I was like, okay, dude, whatever. So I tried it. I had this like the most incredible workout I've ever had.
Like
And I
a
was
trench coat. He's
I
like,
bet I could. I was like, I bet I could mix that with vodka. And so then we started doing Jacked cocktails all the time, and it was that was probably that. I wouldn't recommend that,
good grief.
but I would. If you had a time machine, go back and try it, and then survive.
Insane.
But yeah,
It's
that
just
was insane.
years off your life. I can't imagine
The
like
crazy thing too is this is getting a little wonky, but sometimes like if you were really, really hammered drunk and you like chugged a little Jacked, you'd be like dead sober in like 10 minutes. It was bizarre. Like I don't know what it is or why it happened, but
science.
yeah.
It's insane.
Jack 3D scientist on here.
Science.
Wait,
Not-
at
not-
what point, like, tell me the story that you needed to sober up and just took some like, why?
I'm talking like, oh man, I am too drunk. I should go to sleep. I can't stand up. It's embarrassing. But
So
oops,
you
I
drank-
threw a party at my own house, so I better like sober up kind of. And then I would. And then I was like, wow, I'm like, I feel fine. I don't have any of the like dizzy or spins or anything. I can form coherent sentences. I can enunciate. Like it was bonkers.
Wow.
And then the only problem is the
nuts,
next you
though.
just start drinking again because you're an idiot. And then the next day you have like a double hangover because you you drank twice.
You have the alcohol withdrawals and then the Jack 3D withdrawals. It's a terrible combo.
It's unbelievable.
But it works though. Like I can attest to that. Like I've done the Jack 3D to sober up, but not to one up you. I don't know if you've done this, but cracking like an ammonia inhalant as you dry scoop the pre, dude, you are like, you are so good. Like you're good to go after that. Like if you need a rally, I don't condone
You
it.
guys legitimately sound like drug addicts right now. You crack it. Take
The
a deep
phrase
breath,
dry scoop the
feel it.
pre.
try scoop the pre.
Like that's a normal thing that I mean I know
freebasing, Allie.
using context clues what you're talking about, but that's not a thing.
Is that not normal? Am I the weird one?
I tried it. I don't know.
Yeah, see? Like
I think normal is trying things,
exactly. Yeah.
but we can't
Oh.
anymore because they changed the formula, and now I guess we'll never know. I guess we'll
mean-
never know.
I've still never done smelling salts.
Oh, there
It
is.
works.
Actually, you know what?
works.
Me neither. I've never have either. Yeah.
There we go.
Where are those
Wait.
Amazon drones when I need them? Hold on a
Yeah.
second.
DoorDash it to you
Up and
guys.
down. Works as in like you will lift more or you'll focus, or what does it really do? Besides make you feel, what does it make you feel?
Oh, it's like a snake bite to the brain. Okay, that's the best way to describe it.
It doesn't sound good.
The way
it's
it
not
was always
pleasant.
the way it was described to me is you know when you're going for that insanely heavy lift and you start to kind of you finish a pull and you kind of feel the walls start to close in on you. The blackness start to
Yeah,
come
yeah.
in, is like I like to call it. Apparently, it helps just keep you away from that a little bit longer. That's the way
It
it was described to
pushes.
me.
I would
So
say
it's
like,
to help
have you ever,
you. Okay.
have you ever walked outside and it's like really, really, really cold,
Mhm.
and your face, you're just like, whoa. That's kind of how it felt. Only
Okay.
also throw in a bunch of like, you like shot Windex like up your nose because it
Mhm.
feels like, I don't know. At least when I did it, it felt like my brain was kind of getting disinfected. I know that doesn't sound very good.
Yeah.
Disinfected.
You can like feel it behind your eyeballs, right?
Yeah,
like
that's exactly right.
it's not pleasant. It's not a pleasant experience, but it dials you in, and then you hit PRs. And
It works. Huh.
we're here for a good time, not a long time, right?
And also it doesn't last that long. It only lasts
Yeah,
for like
exactly.
15, 20 seconds. So right at that point where you're freaking out, you're like, wow, I really shouldn't have done that. That was a terrible idea. It's like, boom, it's over. And you're like, oh, wait, I feel great right now. You know, it's like that.
Does the lift kind of take it away, or like you finish lifting and you still are like, eeh?
Yeah, it depends on the ammonia inhalant. Like if you do like medical grade ones, like you'll hit the lift and you feel good afterwards. If you do, it's
Medical
called
grade.
Ah. It's like the world's
This
strongest
is
smelling salt.
bleach.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
That's what it smells
You
like.
feel that for a while.
Oh, yep,
Years
that's
probably.
Juji Mufu's, right?
Yeah, it's
Is that his brand, or is yeah?
this one right here. It's so strong. This one we've had for like 4 months and it's still just as strong. Every time I open it, like it hits me, I start crying. It's terrible. But you
Because
hit
I'm
your
so
lifts.
happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, we did talk a lot about pre before we even turned on the cameras, which is absurd. But we also talked about McDonald's. I want to hear about your fast food eating habits.
Oh, McDonald's. I love McDonald's. Right? It's like I'm poor, right? Like, grew up poor. For some reason I just don't make a lot of money. But McDonald's has always been there. And it's like you go dollar menu, you get like 6 McChickens, you get like a thing of French fries, and then you're just good for the day. That's like $7, And it tastes good, it's consistent, it's cheap, it's open 24/7. Like, oh, I love it. It's the best place.
That's so crazy because I haven't had McDonald's in literally 10 years. It's been so long since I've had McDonald's. Ever since I saw that picture that was going around on the web, early days of the web, of the hamburger and the French fries next to each other that are like, I don't know, X amount of years old and they look almost identical. Ever since I saw that, I was like, you know what? I'm all set. I'm all set on the McDonald's.
Well, I mean, like, it'll give you superpowers, right? Like, you'll live forever. That's my idea. Like,
Yeah,
that's my radioactive waste,
Glass half full kind of guy.
The other
right?
crazy thing, if you want to talk about, since we sound like drug dealers, nothing to me is more addictive than McDonald's. Like, I like it also, but if I go a long time without having it, it's like fine. But once I have like a McDouble or whatever, like literally 12 hours later, I'm like, I should probably go get another McDouble. Like, it is specifically, and I'm sure it's shout out to McDonald's for chemically engineering their burgers to make me, addicted to them or whatever. But if the longer you can go without, if you're trying not to,
yeah. When I used to eat McDonald's, it was always a McDouble with mac sauce. McDouble with mac sauce. That was my go-to right there.
I don't know what that is. Have special sauce? Oh wait, I know the special sauce. I would always go on St. Patrick's Day because I have this thing where I get messed up about stuff that you can only get in a certain window of time, and I'm like, well, I better get one of those green shakes because I can't do it. It's 6 months from now. Except I don't even think about the fact that I don't even like the green shakes. I just do it St. Patrick's Day.
I'll get you that way.
Well, Max, you've talked about like eating crappy, but like lifting better the next day.
100%. If I'm eating strict, super clean, like low carbs specifically, I think that's part of it. But also just like if I'm eating super clean, I'm whatever. But if I like face a full pizza the next day, I feel literally twice as strong, I think, or I don't feel that much better, but the weights are half as heavy today,
Oh, for sure. 100%. Right now I'm in the middle of a cut. So I'm like eating a very, very small amount of carbs, just because carbs, I'm just addicted to carbs. Once I start shoving my hand inside that Cheez-Its box, it's game over for the rest of the night. So I just avoid carbs altogether while I cut. And over Christmas, of course you gotta eat some Christmas dinner. You can't pass on that. So the following days though, lifting, deadlift, I've been cutting for like 3 months. I almost hit a PR on deadlifts. That shouldn't be happening at these levels. And I mean, just any kind of food, the increase in energy, from the food is powerful when it comes to lifting.
That's solid. So wait, you're cutting right now? Are you doing like some sort of physique thing?
No, I'm cutting because I don't know. It's kind of what you kind of bulk up, you keep adding weight, getting heavier and heavier as you're attempting, you're trying to increase all your lifts, your biggest squat, bench, and deadlift. And I was doing that for the Twitch powerlifting meet last year. And I kind of bulked up to 240. I was 245 at the peak. And now I'm cutting all of that fat that I put on and trying to retain as much as the strength as I can while cutting. And yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. I'm still cutting. I want to lose probably about another 15 pounds before I start slowly bulking up again to put on more strength.
Oh yeah, I guess I never thought about it, but I just assumed that like powerlifters are just always bulking.
Some of them do. Some of them do for sure. There's people in my chat like, stop cutting. You're getting weaker. Eat. I'm like, come on, guys.
Well, what about you, Joe?
So actually, I'm kind of in the same boat as Anthony. I got really big for the first Twitch powerlifting meet. I got up to 250, like 5-ish.
How tall are you guys?
I'm 5'9".
I'm 6 foot. I'm 6 foot.
Are you really 6 foot?
I really am.
Wait, am I the shortest
Stream,
person
you can be
here?
whatever you want.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so 5'9", 255, and it hurt to move around. Like my knees hurt.
Yeah.
I felt like gross getting out of bed. So now I've been cutting. Currently at like 240. Goal is to get back down to 225 and just kind of hang out right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big swing. Oh.
Yeah, some people will definitely do that too. Just sit at their maintenance calories and just live there and continue to get stronger that way. But if you're really trying to put on a lot of strength as fast as you possibly can, eating a surplus of calories will absolutely help that.
So then your competition is at the end of your bulk versus like a bodybuilder where it's at the end of their cut.
Yeah.
Cut, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
So-
you want to get as strong as possible, right?
Yeah. Or you just want to look as good as possible on Instagram. Like, I don't know. We all have goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, that's something I definitely struggle with, like being so young and so heavy and finally losing all that weight and getting down to a spot where I'm happy. It's really tough for me to like even get up to 245. It just, I don't know. It just feels like sketchy water. Like I can easily slip back into that, even though I probably won't. It's still always in the back of my mind.
You're scared.
Scared and
scared
scarred. I'm
yourself.
actually scarred too, because from being that big, I I had a lot of loose skin on my stomach. And I lived with all that loose skin for about 10 years before I finally, that's actually one of the reasons why I started lifting weights was I had this ridiculous idea. I knew nobody that lifted weights. I knew nothing about lifting weights, but I had this ridiculous idea that, I'll get so big, the skin will get tight was my thought, and I'm sure on some level that
work?
probably helped, but no, it definitely didn't help. Not enough anyways. My stomach was too far gone. I was really lucky that it was all there in my stomach. So October 2018, I had surgery to have the skin around my stomach moved. And now I have a gnarly scar that goes all the way around me. But it was seriously the best decision I could have ever made in my entire life. It was a game changer for everything.
That's awesome. You're like an action figure.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
That must be so. That's such a cool. That's awesome. What was it like post surgery? Was it weird?
It was brutal. Post surgery was brutal. I can't believe. Apparently, women when they have abdominal. What is it? Abdominal.
C-section.
I can't remember C-section. They have a similar thing done to like their abs and things like that, because that's something else I did is from being so overweight, your abs start to spread out.
Mm-hmm.
So the surgeon also put stitches down the center of my abs to pull them in to the correct location. And apparently pregnant women have to have that done from time to time after having children. And God, that felt the pain of, a million crunches. It was brutal. It really was brutal for weeks, just weeks of brutal. So,
well, luckily it's your abs, so you don't like need those to do everything you could possibly do.
Right.
Well, so do you still feel the effects, or like completely recovered and
100% recovered now?
Yeah,
it's 2 weeks. Cool. I mean, it's been 2 years since the surgery, and it's like it never happened as far as pain and things like that.
Super cool.
How'd you lose 100 pounds?
Well, so I was 16 and I went on I hate to say it because it's something people really shouldn't do, but I went on a 500 calorie diet for 5 months. And I think a big reason why I was able to do that was I was 16. I was a kid. It was summer vacation of high school. And I was able to sleep all day. It was summer vacation. I could sleep 14, 16 hours a day if I wanted to. So I didn't have to go to a full-time job. I just sat around, played video games, and didn't eat is all I did. And yeah, that's how I.
Which is
that's how
not
I-
easy.
Yeah, that's rough,
Yeah.
man.
The
Like
opposite of what everybody
emotionally,
does.
I
Yeah,
would
it was.
struggle. I would be just mean to everyone.
Yeah, it was tough being a kid and doing it for sure. All your buddies are, everyone's hanging out, partying, eating pizza, food, everything is revolved around food, especially at that age. But yeah, I'm happy I did it,
That's crazy. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I imagine like at that low, like your metabolism would start to slow down, but that you just powered through it.
Yeah, that's what people said, and everyone always asked me that too. Like, was your metabolism destroyed after that? But it wasn't. I remember the day I stopped the diet, I ate so much food that day and it felt like it never stopped. I just went right back to normal and I didn't gain nearly any of the weight back. It was weird.
Wow.
It was very strange.
You heard it here, folks. Just stop eating until you're happy with yourself, and then everything goes back to normal. Zero
gosh.
yo-yo.
Oh my gosh.
I wish I was making it up because I know it
Wow.
sounds insane, but that really is what happened. I'm sure my age had a lot to do with it, but
Yeah.
that's how it was.
Yeah, interesting. Wow, good for you for just like having the drive to make the change and committing.
Yeah,
Like,
thanks.
16-year-old me didn't even know what calories were to count, like let alone dedicating to that. Man.
Mhm.
Wow. I never heard that story before, Anthony. That's
Mhm.
you're insane, man. You're like a real life superhero. That's
I guess. I just
intense,
stopped
man.
eating is all I did.
And now you work out
Yeah.
on camera.
Self-control,
Like,
yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
hobby. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's funny because like I don't really make that a main point of my stream either. I don't talk about it very often unless somebody comes in and they ask specifically like, "Hey man, I lost a lot of weight. What do I do with loose skin?" And I'm like, "Hey, I got a story for you." And then I'll tell it. But I don't talk about it. I don't promote it, or that's not something I tie to myself. Probably because I'm still slightly self-conscious about it for whatever reason. But at the same time, I don't know. It is a really cool thing. Maybe one day I'll have more courage to talk about it more openly. And I took pictures. That's something else that's cool. Is I took pictures along the entire way, and I was going to make like a GIF or a movie, so to speak, of just pictures in the exact same pose every single day. You can literally see me shrinking from one to the other. It's a pretty cool thing. Maybe one day I'll do something with that, but not today. So
Well, it's pretty awesome. I think you're unfortunately going to feel a little self-conscious about it forever.
Right.
But if you ever get over that, that's a great book you can write. Boom, bingo, bango. And,
Right.
or just a flip book, I suppose.
yeah. That'd be funny.
Crazy. Well, you mentioned earlier that you were bulking for the powerlifting meet. You guys have another one coming up, right?
Yes, we do. Oh, I'm so excited for the second powerlifting meet. Oh, so we had
What
one
about the
back in
first
September.
one? So you've done this, yeah.
Yeah. So back in September, we had the first ever Twitch powerlifting meet. Like no one's ever done this on Twitch. And, came over to Anthony. Sorry, I'm getting a little emotional. That's the pre-workout powder in my throat now.
Dry soup.
But yeah, so like I came to Anthony, I was like, hey, COVID's happening. Let's put on a powerlifting meet. Like you're already doing a thing called like a Twitch powerlifting like ranking board. You seem like the guy that has it all figured out. Let's work together. Let's organize this thing. And we went over to Twitch and we said, hey, the powerlifting and fitness community is pretty big on Twitch. We would like to get some front page opportunities and some eyes on this really, really cool thing that we do. And they were 100% for it. It was insane. Like Anthony and myself, we had no business talking to the Twitch higher ups. Like we were talking to people that, shouldn't even know who we are.
Right.
Mr.
Right.
Twitch.
Yeah. Like Mr. Twitch, right? Like I was like, hey Jeff, what's going on? And we ended up just talking to them. They're like, yeah, we love this idea. We held it back in September, was it September 4th, 5th? When was it?
8th, I think.
Don't
I
ask
don't
me.
know.
I was supposed to be in it and I missed the date.
Yeah. And we held it. It was amazing. We had a big turnout. Everybody was excited for it. We had amazing sponsors. And overall, it was just a great event. And now, right, in February, we're going to be hosting the second ever Twitch powerlifting meet. And this one's going to be like bigger, better. We got even more people entering. We're going to have even bigger sponsors.
Bigger commentators.
Bigger. Yeah. Do you want to talk about that a little bit? Some of the commentators?
So, we figured it would probably be a good idea because Twitch typically likes to like really promote the fitness and health section at the beginning of the year for obvious reasons, you know, New Year's resolutions and whatnot. So I figured, you know, me and Joe were like, let's do another one, but try to align it with the beginning of the year. And that's when we'll do it annually is what we're thinking now. But we ended up, we got some awesome commentators. We got Silent Mike, which is a pretty cool guy. He's pretty popular in the powerlifting community, especially on YouTube. Tom from Juji and Tom, he'll be involved. He'll be commentating. And then Martini Monsters, which you guys met, I think, right?
Yeah. We just had her on.
Yeah, so Martini will be one of the commentators. So it's insanely exciting. It's really exciting to do the second one.
Yeah, we got some really cool sponsors too. Like, this is the one I'm most excited about. We got a mattress company, an online mattress company, to donate a whatever size mattress you want. It could be a twin, a queen, king, California king, a foundation, and 2 free pillows. Like, we have a mattress company sponsoring the event. Like, what powerlifting event has ever had a mattress company sponsor the event?
Lifting
Probably
heavy is all
none,
about
because
recovery.
it barely has anything to do with power.
What are you talking about? Thank you, Allie.
I guess powerlifters need rest as well.
Recovery. It's
Recovery is
50%
super
of,
important.
of lifting is recovery.
Right.
It's
No, it's
perfect.
super. Joe, that was one of his goals of the first powerlifting meet, was to get a mattress sponsor, and he did it for the second one. I'm excited about it. Really, I think the
Yeah.
mattress is one of the crazier sponsors we have. A full size king mattress is pretty wild.
And brand new, by the way, not used, obviously. I got
Smells a little like cat.
yeah.
Right.
Here you
stain.
go. Yeah.
Huh, that's super cool. So how does it work that you have people commentating and then they send in videos, or like, yeah, tell me the format.
Yeah. So the way it works is between February 14th and the 20th, everyone who, first you got to join the Locker Room Discord server, and then you, there's a section in there where you can register. All you do is simply click an icon, and then you're registered for the event. And then the week of the event, February 14th through the 20th, you record yourself doing your best squat, bench, and deadlift, just one video of each of them. And then there will be a Google form that you fill out. It'll be linked, and there'll be a video and whatnot on how to do it. But there'll be a Google form you fill out. You upload your videos to either Instagram or YouTube. You can have it unlisted if you want. And then you take that URL link and you paste it into the Google form, and you submit your entry. And that's really it. And then on the 21st, me, Joe, and all the commentators, we're all going to review all the videos on Twitch.
Yeah. On the front page of Twitch, by the way. So thousands of people are going to be able to see your squat, your bench, your deadlift. It's a great opportunity, not only for, beginning powerlifters to get some exposure, but people that are maybe smaller streamers or smaller YouTubers. It's, we talk about your like who you are while the videos are going on.
Yeah.
It's super cool. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's a
I
really
need a
cool
mattress,
thing.
so
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, everybody fought me on it. They really did. Like I was like, guys, I'm like, guys, this is gonna be awesome. They're like, no, stop wasting your time. I'm like, no, like this is gonna be hype. Like, people are gonna be excited about it. And I messaged maybe like 100 mattress companies over like a 7-8 month span, right? Because it was from the first Twitch powerlifting meet. And finally, Idle Sleep, they got back to me. They're like, yeah, we love your idea. I'm like, yes. I'm like, let me talk to you. I can explain it better. And they're just like, yeah, we're for this. I'm like, ah.
They're like, no. We'll send you the matches.
Yeah.
No need for a phone call.
Yeah.
Please
At their
stop
company
spamming
door.
us. Please stop spamming us.
Stop FaceTiming me.
How'd you get my number? You're scaring me. Yeah. I'm consistent, guys. Yeah. Or persistent and consistent, but persistent.
That's awesome.
yeah, that's super cool. And that you just like started it from nothing, and now it's like an annual thing.
Yeah, it was really wild because initially when we started it, I've never planned anything like this, and I don't think Joe has either, not to this level anyways. And it just it caught fire. It really did. It started to go so fast at one point that I kind of started to panic, because I was doing all of this through a Discord server. Like, the bot is how everything works. You register with the bot and all of these things. And I wasn't sure if it was going to work. I was really nervous about like all the entries being submitted and whatnot, but it played out perfectly. It went flawlessly the first time.
Heck
And
yeah.
I think it'll be even better this time. So that's awesome. The other thing that's really cool about it is it brings like so many people from like Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and all these people that didn't even know fitness was a thing on Twitch. And they come over and they're like, what the hell's going on over here? You know, so they start streaming. I've had so many new people, like regulars in my chat that had no idea that fitness on Twitch was even a thing. So that's really cool. And it's cool. It's just cool seeing everyone get together like week of, like the week last year, the week of. It was crazy how many people had like, you know, attempting my bench PR for the Twitch powerlifting meet in their titles, and like more people in their channels than ever before. Everyone rooting for everyone to hit PRs. It was so much fun.
Was there any thought to doing it live?
Is
that too hard?
Yeah,
I
it'd
feel
be
like
pretty
technologically it'd be real pain.
Yeah, I think that would really limit the people that could get involved. You know, streaming live isn't something everyone can do. I guess they can if they have a smartphone. They can just hit go live. You know, download the app and do it. But I think that'd be much more difficult to make happen.
Tough too, because we have different people competing in different time zones.
Oh right.
So someone in California versus someone in Australia, like it's gonna be weird to have that stream live. But like I like the idea. Just it's logistically it'd be super hard to pull off.
And I think visually it wouldn't be as I mean, I remember watching a bunch of the CrossFit. They would like live stream their regionals or sectionals or whatever they were, and it was just like kind of weird. It was like a huge grid of like tiny little boxes, and I'm like, oh wait, that guy, yeah, wait a minute, I have no idea, you know, like visually.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I've been in your Discord too, and I was like, what? There's a lot of people. What the heck in the locker room?
Oh yeah. That thing exploded too overnight.
Yeah, it really did.
Like I came in when I was like, all these people are talking. I'm like, who are all these people now? I'm like, phone's going off. I'm like, all right, just mute that for a little bit, go back to bed.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. If you join the locker room, just mute it. Just mute it. Don't mute the everyone's because I don't abuse it, but just mute it. It's too much.
Do you guys have separate Discords for your stream too?
Oh yeah, definitely. So if you head over to Average Joe's _OC, exclamation mark Discord in the chat brings up all the commands, and you can just join the Discord there. Like my personal one.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I've been using it. I don't know, like it's so closely tied to Twitch, and you guys are like the fact that you're talking about, oh yeah, the bot just runs it all. I'm like, what? How did you do that?
Yeah, that took a long time to get all that set up, but it worked really well.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's pretty
impressive.
impressive.
There was a time, right, where it was a little touch and go. I'm like, Anthony, there's a lot of people coming, man. We got a month. Like, how's it looking? He's like, I think it's gonna work. I'm like, like messaging him all the time.
Yeah. And now this time he has all the faith in the world because I've done it once. And now I'm like, dude, I hope I can do it again. I hope it works out again.
Like, yeah, he's got it. He's fine.
So you do plan on like making this an early year thing? I know you're only still planning the second one, but like, is there going to be a third and fourth?
Yeah, it's hopefully this one runs well, and Twitch is again, they like the idea. But I would like to do this like a yearly thing. It's fun. It's like Anthony's saying, it's nice to just bring the community together. The amount of like new people we get to meet and just introduce to fitness. Like we get, because unfortunately the people on Twitch only know Twitch for their gaming, right? And they'll come on, they're like, oh, fitness. Oh my God, I have so many questions. How do I get stronger? How do I lose weight? How do I gain weight? How do I do this? And it's
how do I lose exactly 100 pounds? I'm a 16-year-old kid.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, I know who you need to talk to.
I know the guy.
Yeah, hopefully Twitch is receptive to the second one. They like it. I think they will. They seem really excited about it. Definitely a third one at the start of next year.
Very cool.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you were saying Twitch is known for gaming. Do you guys ever do gaming on your streams?
I never game on my stream. I tried. It's just a totally different world. I'm more of a, even though I do fitness, it's more of a just chatting stream where I'm just constantly talking to everyone. And to play video games and talk at the same time, even just talking like right now is difficult. But playing video games and talking at the same time is just way too tough. I don't know how people do it, really.
Wow, it's interesting. I'm now looking at gamers as talented.
Well, it's more than that. I knew a gamer. I was like, so gaming, you just play video games? He's like, yeah, and then you say something every 8 seconds. And I'm like, hold on. Like he had worked out his
Oh,
he
it's
had like
exactly 8 seconds. Yeah.
he had like a timer in his head where
Yeah.
he's like,
Oh.
I've been silent for too long. I need to say something. And then it was just bonkers.
Be
Wow.
entertaining.
Yeah.
Which is a good life lesson. If you haven't been entertaining for 8 seconds, you better do something really cool. Or else
Quick handstand.
that's it for you.
On camera.
All right. Well, this was awesome. Thanks so much for talking with us.
Yeah,
This
for
was
sure.
fun.
It was a lot of fun.
I'm gonna have to start bulking for February. Second week of February? I'm gonna
Yes.
not blow
Is
it
it
this
Valentine's Day?
It starts on
It
Valentine's
starts on
Day.
Valentine's, yeah.
time.
Aw, you couple of softies.
Find your swole mate, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So how can the fit heads find you guys?
So if you want to head over to twitch.tv/averagejoes_OC, we stream 5 days a week, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to about midnight-ish. You can just head over there, have a lot of information about our social media stuff on there, a bunch of cool bot commands. And yeah, should be exciting.
Yeah, for me, you can find me on twitch.tv/eatitpal_. Somebody has the Eatitpal name. They don't use the account. Twitch, please give me my name. The underscore is killing me inside.
So brutal.
It's became a meme now in my chat though, so everyone loves the emphasis on the underscore. But yeah, that's where you can find me, or Eatitpal on Instagram. Eatitpal really everywhere on social media.
All right. Solid. Thanks again.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
thank you to the fit heads. If you can rate and review on Apple Podcasts, that helps us a whole lot. And we will see you next week.